All right, we are back with another pick'em video. It is Monday, November 17th in the NBA. Sunday didn't make a video, but games were crazy. There was overtimes left and right. There wasn't a ton of games going on, but there was some pretty good games. So we attacked it in the Discord, just didn't make content on it. Again, if I miss a day of content, it's usually going to be a Sunday. People are going to be focused on football that day, of course. I'm going to be focused on football. A lot of the games are sometimes earlier too, so the viewership's down. Sometimes I get a later start in the day on a Sunday. I'm thinking about football and things like that. So typically Sundays will be my day off for that, but honestly, good games in the NBA yesterday overall. But we are going to do a recap of our video picks from Saturday because you haven't seen me since then. Then we'll hop into the video picks for today because we have an 8-game slate today, and I'm liking the plays like I always do, but got 3 or 4 for you guys to share, and then we'll get right on our way. So let's quickly do a recap. It was 2 days ago, so we'll kind of brush through it. It also wasn't the best day in the world. But yeah, wins and losses, got to show them all. Let's hop into that. It looks like more losses than it was. These ones are kind of combined here. This is a 0.75 loss, but let's talk about the win first. Brandon Ingram under his threes, great read overall, -102, and he only shot 2 of them, shot 0 of 2, so ends with 0 there for a nice win. But let's talk about our losses. Anthony Edwards and the Timberwolves, he ends with 26 points. He ends with 32 points and assists. So both of those end up losing very closely. The Minnesota Timberwolves also don't get it done. Jokic did end up playing that game. Not only did he play, he had a triple-double like he usually does, and 4 players in the Nuggets scored 23 or more points. So they were cooking. They did win that game by like 10 points, and we were kind of hoping that Jokic didn't play in that one. And then RJ Barrett just crept over with 32. It was as highest his points line's been to, but he played very well overall. And again, we only threw 0.75 units in it. We threw it in at the end there. So that's the second time I've kind of been like, let's go ahead and throw this play in. And it ends up losing for us. So not the worst day, not the best day. I mean, kind of a pretty bad day, honestly. But we're still up on the season, plus 3.21 units for the entire year. Been showing them all, and got to also shout out the Discord community just because we keep cooking. I'll show the pick account at the end of this thing. I don't want to waste your time, but if you guys want to just join a fun community where we're always chatting sports, talking props, sharing, access to all of my plays, access to our season chefs. We got a couple guys in here that know what they're doing, and they also share plays. Definitely check us out. Very, very cheap in terms of industry standards. You can get in for $10 in your first month. Use my link in the description down below. So let's hop into Props Madness like we always do to start researching our plays, looking over our plays. And the first one I got for you guys is LaMelo Ball over 19.5 points, -116 on DraftKings right now. Now, the biggest question mark about LaMelo is the fact that can he stay on the court? You can see dating back to last year, he gets over this line quite a lot, but there's a few games here where he's staying well under. Played 9 minutes here, played 10 minutes here, played 22 minutes here. He gets hurt a lot, and that's already kind of what we've been dealing with so far this season. He just came back from an injury, played against the Bucks, played 27 minutes there, and then missed the next game for rest purposes, injury management, because it was a back-to-back set. But he should be healthy and ready to go in this one. I'm not seeing any sort of restrictions in terms of the projected minutes, projected for 34 minutes as of right now, according to RotoWire. And again, even if you look farther into it, the last thing we hear is his restrictions could softly be, lifted. So that's what I do like to see. So if he gets the time in the court, I like LaMelo's chances of scoring 20-plus points in any given game, even though this matchup isn't the best for pick-and-roll ball handling and above-the-break threes statistically. But what I do like to see is that pretty much any guard, high-usage guard going against this team has gone over their line. We've seen Donovan Mitchell go over their line. We saw Tyrese Maxey go over his line. We saw Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 17.5-point line. He scored 20 there. It's not a ton of data points, but it is nice to see pretty much anyone over their, 16.5-point line is going over, which is great to see. And again, difficult matchup for pick-and-roll ball handling, but we saw Donovan Mitchell, free throws made. They ranked 25th. We can get some LaMelo free throws. Donovan Mitchell had 15 free throws made in that game on 17 attempts. So there's other ways to score, but honestly, just looking at this line, it just seems too low right off the bat for a guy like LaMelo. He came back from the injury already, played 27 minutes in that game. He's expected for 26 to 36 minutes, or again on RotoWire, projecting like 34 minutes. I think I already showed this, but 34 minutes over on RotoWire. You can see right there. If he plays even 30 minutes, I still like his opportunity. Dating back to, I guess we can literally just look at all the games he's played. First of all, he's just over in 69% of games anyway, but going to 25 plus minutes over in 78% of games. If you want to drop this to 25 to 35, over in 71% of games. If you drop it 32, still over in 64. Mess with these minutes, you're going to get like anything over these minutes. He's getting over this line in like 70% of the games. So tough matchup, easy matchup, doesn't really matter to me. I just want to see LaMelo on the court for about 30 minutes, and we've got a pretty good shot of going over this with the data points at the same time. Maybe gets to the free throw line. Maybe he's doing his damage inside where they're very weak. And I like to see that the guys, the higher usage guards with the higher lines, are going over their points line. So LaMelo, first play of the video, 19.5 for -116 on DraftKings. Jumping to our second play of the video, I guess I can't stay away from the Timberwolves because we're going to him again here. Rudy Gobert over his 21.5 points and rebounds, -110 on BetMGM. This one doesn't look great in terms of hit rate, 38.5% of the games he's going over, but it does look great in terms of the graph and everything like that. 25th ranked inside, 90% of Rudy Gobert's points are coming inside, and also it kind of goes hand in hand with the rebounds and the points here. 29th ranked in terms of putback opportunities, so we could absolutely see Rudy Gobert go out there and get some tip-ins, tip-in dunks, tip-in layups, whatever it might be, offensive rebounds, put it back up. That's going to be 3 for us right in one possession. So love this matchup for him. The Mavs don't have Anthony Davis back. He's not going to be back for another week or so. And you can also see by position, just centers in general, all these guys are going over the lines. Klingan, a guy very similar to Rudy Gobert, 27 points and rebounds. Miles Turner, London, literally anyone from any different types of things. Sengun, high points and rebounds line, 37 there. Duren, 25. He had 43 against these guys. Klingan, 18.5, kind of more like Rudy Gobert, 27 against these guys. So really, really loving to see that. On top of that, I'm going to go ahead and change this graph a little bit using some advanced filters. But we can see the dominant player type, the dominant scoring zone, restricted area, goes hand in hand with this graph. If you go in to see the bottom 10 defenses in that restricted area, Rudy Gobert over in 3 of 4 games. If you go ahead and take away this again and just look at all of his past games, 34% hit rate, go to teams allowing the, ranks 20th to 30th and allowing in restricted area points, 62% hit rate all of a sudden. So he absolutely feasts on those certain matchups. If you want to add in the fact that they are horrible to allowing putback opportunities, they don't lock that out at all, 69% hit rate. So Rudy Gobert has been really good in these opportunities where it's a much weaker matchup down low for putbacks and in restricted area scoring. But at the same time, this defense overall, this Mavs defense has been pretty good at not allowing points. Their defensive rating is 4th. While everything else is green for Rudy Gobert, it's actually a good thing for me because Rudy Gobert is not this big offensive type of player. They're going to be wanting scoring from everyone else. Randall, Anthony Edwards, Naz Reid, whoever's coming off the bench, whatever it might be. They got a bunch of different scorers, and Rudy Gobert is not their best priority. If this defense is going to be locking some of those guys up a little bit, making it a little bit more difficult, Rudy Gobert should be the guy that benefits from that a little bit more. If offense is coming a little bit harder to their normal offensive assets, Rudy Gobert is going to have to pick up a little bit of that slack, and he's got a great matchup to do so. So I love to see that. He's not the easiest guy to root for in the world, but at the same time, points and rebounds are going to come together, I think, in this one because of those putbacks. If he gets 3 or 4 offensive rebounds, maybe some tip-ins or whatever it might be, those are really going to come together. Love what other centers have been doing to this team. Hit rate doesn't look amazing for the entire year, but again, we've messed around with the filters and got to look pretty good here. So Rudy Gobert in a really good position to score some points and grab some boards against the Mavs. And I want to shout out Betr. This is one of the platforms I use every single day in the Discord. I send at least 1 or 2 slips in the Discord. And yesterday we hit this one, 10 for $200. If you want to sign up for Betr using my code, it's code RichPicks. You get $10 for free when you start up, and you also get a $200 deposit match. So that's free money to mess around with. But yeah, Betr, we've been cooking on Betr. Correlated slip here with 5 picks, and we got $10 into 200. I am limited on the discounts, but they give discounts every single day, and we take advantage of those each and every day. And again, 20x for a 5-man with correlation. Very, very good payouts over on Betr. So definitely check it out. Code RichPicks, link in the description down below. Free $10, no-brainer right there. And you also get the deposit match up to $200. Moving into play number 3 here, it's going to be another over, and it's going to be Matas Buzelis for the Chicago Bulls over his 14.5 points. You can get this at -113 on DraftKings right now, so that's where we took it. And he doesn't have the most amazing matchup. I'll point that out right off the bat. But at the same time, no one really does. You can see transition. They rank 4th. That's Giddey's main source of scoring. That's, I don't love Vucevic's, scoring potential today in this one. So there's going to be scoring opportunities for someone. And just because the Nuggets are a difficult defense doesn't mean that no one's got value in this one. I do think Matas Buzelis is the guy that's going to have the most value here, just considering what he's done in the minutes. Again, this is going to be more of a minutes play. He's projected for 30 minutes. If he's going to play more than 25 minutes, again, these other 2 games, he played like 10 minutes in those games, whether due to injury or foul trouble. This is what it's looking like in terms of normal games where he's playing 25 plus minutes, and he should get that from today. So it doesn't matter the matchups, the transition matchup, again, that's his main source of scoring. 50%, 48% of his points are coming from transition, and he's seen some games, some difficult matchups against transition right here. You can see against the Spurs, they literally ranked number 1. He had 15 points in that game. Against the Hawks, they ranked 4th. He had 16 points in that game. So he's actually over in those 2 difficult transition scoring matchups. Again, because a lot of these players score in transition. Giddey scored in transition. Kevin Huerter, spot up, probably transition as well. A lot of these guys are playing just fast basketball in general, so they're going to be scoring very similar ways. So no one's going to have a great matchup against the Nuggets right here today, but I do like Matas Buzelis in terms of what he's done so far in the limited minutes. Even in games he's missing this line so far this season, even in around 30 minutes, he's been right around this line. And again, this is the Knicks. It's not like that's some easy matchup. So it is a more difficult matchup. We have Jokic as a questionable tag. He'll probably go out there and play. This is a 14-point spread. And just so you know, the Bulls have only lost one game by more than 14 points, and it was a 16-point loss against the Bucks, where Buzelis had 20 points. So liking Buzelis in this spot, 14.5. Someone's got to do some scoring. I don't particularly love anyone's matchup, but I like what Buzelis has done in the time on the court this year. Jumping to the next play here, I got Jordan Clarkson over his 15.5 points, minus 125 on ESPN bet. He did drop 24 points against this Heat team just last game, but obviously you're like, what happened in these last few games? Well, there's going to be no Brunson, there's going to be no OG Anunoby in this one, so we should see a bunch of minutes from Jordan Clarkson. He got 33 minutes in that last game, projected for 26 to 36 minutes today, so right around the same amount of time on the court. So that's the first thing I'm going to point to in the matchup. Obviously a very good matchup for him. Transition, spot up free throws. This team doesn't defend anything all too well in terms of anything. Bam Adebayo is not in this one, so the rim protection is obviously a little bit more lackluster. And Desmond Bane, a guy that scores very similar to him, got over this line 23 points against this same team. So I like Jordan Clarkson in this matchup. I obviously like the minutes, and I like the matchup. So that's the first thing I'm going to point to in this thing. 26 minutes, 26 to 36 minutes, obviously over in one-on-one games this year, but even last year, over in 90% of games, getting 26 to 33 minutes. When he's on the court for that much time, he knows he can put it up, and he puts it up in a hurry, can score efficiently when he has to, and again, just loving this matchup for him because we just saw him score 24 points on 46% shooting, got to the free throw line 11 times. Very aggressive in that one. The next thing, and the last thing I'll point to in this matchup is the fact that Karl-Anthony Towns came out and scored like 31 points on them in the first half. So the adjustment had to be made against Karl-Anthony Towns. Then we saw Landry Shamet go for like a crazy second half, especially fourth quarter in that one. So the guys they're going to be adjusting to are going to be probably Karl-Anthony Towns, are going to be probably Landry Shamet. Jordan Clarkson might be the guy that kind of comes in here as like, hey, they didn't really adjust to what they were doing with me. I'm still going to continue to hoop here. So really liking Clarkson here at 15.5. Obviously, the hit rate doesn't look great, but he's a guy that can score when he's on the court. And again, this is another minutes play, but at the same time, has a great opportunity in terms of his matchup, and we just saw him do it. So loving Jordan Clarkson here, 15.5 points, taking the over. Moving to our fifth and final play, I had to get an under in here, and it's going to be Derek Queen against the defending champs, and you can see why. The column that on Props Madness just shows just how hard this matchup is. Transition, restricted area, defensive rating, inside the paint, assists allowed, all these different types of things. I'm just going to go to Derek Queen's PRA. You can see the interior scoring. They're ranked literally number one right there. 72% of Derek Queen's shots come from there, and then 25% come from in the paint non-restricted area. They rank 7th there. Free throws, they don't allow a ton. Transition, they're not allowing a ton. Nightmare matchup for a guy like Derek Queen, and at the same time, Zion Williamson might be returning in this game. This is a 17.5 point spread. If Zion Williamson comes in, it's going to probably hurt a guy like Derek Queen in terms of his scoring and things like that. But even if Zion doesn't play, games are losing by 20 plus points. I think we could all agree this could potentially be a 20-point blowout. He's well under in all of those games. If they do keep it relatively close, though, it's a nightmare matchup for him. He'll probably stay right around this line, but loving the opportunity for him to go under. Again, I'm taking this at 24.5, minus 120 on BetMGM, and that's going to be our fifth and final play. So hopping into the recap, and sorry about the noise. This truck, I keep waiting for the truck to stop making noise. I think it gets louder and louder. So let's hop into the recap so I can get you guys on your way. LaMelo Ball over some points, 19.5. Just seems too low for a guy that has, coming back from injury. He already had a game under his belt back from injury. Now he should get 30 or so minutes in this one. Projected for higher, 35 minutes would be great. And in any sort of game like that, I'm going to take LaMelo to score 20 plus points. And that's what we're doing today. Rudy Gobert over his points and rebounds. Great match would do so. 21.5, minus 110 on BetMGM. Montes Buzelis, some points, 15 plus or over 14.5, minus 113 on DraftKings. Another one where I don't love anyone's matchup really, but I think Buzelis has just been the most consistent with the time in the court. And if Jokic does go out there and play, he's probably going to go out there and play. Hopefully it's not a super blowout. And even so, Buzelis in the one game they've lost by a bunch has gone over this points line. I think he had 20 points in that game. Jordan Clarkson without Brunson and OG, we're going to attack his line at 15.5, and then Derek Queen, our only under on the day, 24.5 PRA against the defending champs. Tough matchup for anyone, but specifically for him, potentially getting Zion back in this one too. So that's the 5 units I got down for today, all just normal 1-unit plays. Love to see that. Again, if you want access to all of my plays, you can get into the Discord community where we've been killing it. This is November, just continues to be a stepping stairs up. 81.5 units, just absolutely crazy. In October, we did very much the same thing, 82.9 units in the total of October. In November, still going. So we've just been cooking. This whole past week has been ridiculous. People are always sharing their slips and plays, and we're having a lot of fun in here, sending memes, celebrating our wins for sure, but also like ripping on players not playing well. It's all in good fun. So definitely check us out. And again, this is where you get access to all my plays. We got some seasoned chefs in here as well. You can get access to their plays as well. They got the Opium Beast. His Pickett account is crazy. He's a very profitable Pizza Poppy, always sending bankroll builders and things like that. So it's a lot of fun. Check us out. Link in the description down below. It's my Discord personally, and I'm giving you guys 50% off if you want to check us out for $10 in your first month. So that will do it for me in this one. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave it a like, comment something down below, subscribe if you are new. All those good things will help YouTube push this video out a little bit more. So I appreciate all of that. Good luck with all your plays today. And if you want to check out the tool I was using all throughout the video, that's Props Madness. There's a link in my description down below for 25% off your first month. If you want to join a fun Discord community where you get access to just a fun, like-minded people that enjoy sports and things like that, with a pretty good opportunity to win some money on a month-to-month basis, definitely check out the link in the description down below for that. And of course, check out Betr. That was the platform I showed off early in the video, I think like halfway through. And we've been cooking on Betr. They got discounts every single day. So definitely check out Betr, code RichPicks, link in the description down below for some free promo money when you start up. So good luck tonight. Enjoy some sports, enjoy some basketball, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.